time, baby. There we go. All right. Here we go.
Loose, Brian. Loose. Loose is dangerous. Loose is like you're loose.
Wow, man.
Brian's relaxed. Nothing like it.
Dangerous. Wow, baby.
Loose is Brian. Here we go.
You done like I always do.
Your time, Brian. This is it, well.
Enjoy it. Here we go.
Good a representative as there could be for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, a man who is dripping with class. He has vaulted to UFC superstardom, and 9 months after knocking out the legend Frankie Edgar, Brian T-City Ortega, Joe, 25 minutes or fewer away from realizing a UFC featherweight title.
It's very rare that a guy goes through a division like 145 pounds that's so talent-stacked and hits 14-0, including finishing a guy like Frankie Edgar. I think finishing Frankie Edgar was probably the most significant mark in his career because it showed that he could do it with striking. Because everybody was terrified about his ground game, especially after he submitted Cub Swanson. But seeing him finish Frankie Edgar with punches makes you realize this guy has a real, complete game. The time is now, and here we are with him challenging for the title at an undefeated 14-0, which is really incredible.
Tonight's Prep Point is brought to you by EA Sports UFC 3, available now for up to 70% off. Play as over 200 UFC favorites, including legendary Fight Night champion characters Andre Bishop and Isaac Frost. Get it today.
I'm also really curious. This is a huge moment. You look around this arena, it's absolutely packed. Everybody's going crazy. This is a lot of pressure. You're undefeated, and now here you are facing Max Holloway, who's on a 12-fight win streak, dominating this division for years. You're facing him now. It's the time. We're going to learn a lot about how Brian Ortega handles the biggest pressure. And I think he's capable of doing it, but it's a whole lot riding on this young man right now.
That's a very good point. Until you're in there under the big lights, you never know.
Tanner Gracie has famously said, you teach Brian a technique one time, and not only does he apply it in combat, he applies it in combat at the highest level. James Lurson, his longtime boxing and striking coach, also in his corner tonight. Brian T-City Ortega trying to end Holloway's run here in a matter of moments. So here is the third undisputed featherweight champion in UFC history, Hawaii's finest, Max Blessed Holloway. And with respect to Jose Aldo, Conor McGregor, and anybody else you want to inject into the conversation, Holloway can already lay claim to being the greatest 145-pound fighter of all time.
I believe so. I believe so by his performances and just what he brings to the table. Just a full arsenal. I love his timing. I love his control and his pace. His cardio is off the charts. Also, his fight IQ. He knows what to do and when to do it, and he's one of the very best at hitting you and sliding just enough away from your counters and then diving back in. And he also has one of the most complete games in MMA. The last time this man lost was 5 years ago. He lost a decision to Conor McGregor, and since then, he's gone on a tear, a who's who of everybody in the 145-pound division except that man, Brian Ortega.
Yeah, and you know, just looking at this list, It's amazing the people that he's stopped. But one of the things he does well, Joe, too, is that he's able to game plan for each specific opponent. And that is down to even switching stances, coming out. He's so comfortable coming out either orthodox or southpaw, depending on who he's in there with. And I think he can fight from both those stances whenever he wants. And his footwork, his movement, he makes you miss. He can spin, he can throw head kicks. And you saw in his last couple fights with the former champion, Jose Aldo, his boxing and his power is second to none. He's humongous for this division at 145 pounds as well.
He really is. We're talking about a guy who they had to pull off the scale when he was trying to make 155 to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. So he's a big fella, but he made the weight and he made it easy. 144.5, so he's good to go. Looks sensational. And here we go, baby.
Well, a lot of people felt like it was this fight and this opponent that kept Max Holloway around here at 145 pounds. He is a slight betting underdog against Brian T. City Ortega. Here's your tail of the tape for this UFC Featherweight Championship. Both men born in 1991, 27 years of age. Max Holloway is the taller man by 3 inches, but both men with a reach of 69 inches. All right, now to get us started for the main event of the night, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening, presented by EA Sports UFC 3, sanctioned by the Ontario Athletic Commission. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are David Therian, Sal D'Amato, and Jason Rogers. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Yves Loving. This bout is sponsored by EA Sports UFC 3. Get up to 70% off for a limited time. Buy it today on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And P3, the official protein snack of the UFC. And Nemerov, bold character since 1872. And now, for those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Featherweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding an undefeated professional record. 14 wins, no losses, 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, USA, presenting the #1 ranked featherweight contender in the world, the challenger, Brian T. City Ortega. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 19 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 144.5 pounds. Fighting out of Waianae, Hawaii, USA, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, the pride of Hawaii, Max Bless
Protect yourself at all time, obey my command at all time. If you want to touch it up, do it now, go back to your corner.
Oh, here we go. The weight ends here, folks. Max Holloway, 12 in a row. Brian Ortega, undefeated as an MMA pro. Something has got to give tonight. Will we get a new champion? Or will the path to featherweight glory still go through Hawaii? Max blessed Holloway. And Brian T. City Ortega. Ortega is in blue. Holloway is in the black and gold. Befitting a champion, we are underway. Huge discrepancies in terms of the striking rate of these men. Holloway, the busier guy, the more effective striker on the feet, offensively and defensively.
Footwork and movement is such a big part of his game. And as we said, he's one of the very best at moving just out of the range of his opponent's attack and then right back in. And you see it right there. Just slides away. Very difficult to hit clean. And he's got such a high fight IQ. Knows when to move in, knows what to do and when to do it.
Holloway made his UFC debut at 20 years old against Dustin Poirier. He hasn't been finished since. Hasn't lost a fight in more than 5 years. Ortega presses forward and lands.
Oh, he tagged him.
Wow.
He tagged him with a 1-2.
Ooh. Looking for that counter right over the top. But Ortega not afraid to mix it in here, in close, in boxing range, showing some good head movement. Ooh. We saw him land that uppercut against Frankie Edgar. Nice right hand there from Max.
Ooh. Another nice right hand. Good angle. I like how he cut that angle to land that punch. Good kick.
Ortega switching some stances too.
Holloway rips the body.
And that's something Max does very well. He makes sure he attacks the body. He mixes things up. He'll go to the head and body, throw multiple punches at a time, especially if he has you hurt.
He digs there again, the body.
Ortega constantly switching his stances. 2.5 minutes have gone by here, round one.
Good right hand.
Oh, nice counter from Ortega.
Both guys.
Ooh, going for that head kick.
Nice flurry there from Max Holloway. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Oh, nice elbow.
And that got an acknowledgement from Holloway.
Nice hook to a right hand there from Ortega. Oh, stunned him.
Clean right hand.
Seems to be okay, shaking his head.
Good entry by Ortega.
Oh.
Good double leg. Max fighting, he's trying to push on the head.
You got one leg free.
Nice job from Holloway.
Good sign for Holloway as he gets right back to his feet.
Nice right hand from Max.
Beautiful right hand. And
Oh! He doesn't overswing it either,
Nope.
Joe. He just kind of
Pops it
snaps
in
it out there, pops it right in your face.
he's a volume guy.
Oh! But Ortega's countering back as well.
He is.
He's not letting him get away with just landing these shots. He's coming back and landing his own. That elbow was beautiful as well.
We haven't seen Ortega touched up like this in a fight before, though. And it's going to be interesting to see how his cardio holds. He could be very tense here.
And he's starting to overswing a little bit.
Yes. He's throwing a lot of energy into these punches. Let's see if he starts to slow down, because Max will not. He will ramp up his pace, and if he senses any weakness at all, he'll start pouring it on. And he overwhelms you with his movement. In and out, in and out. You never know if he's coming or going.
Oh, nice hook there from Holloway.
Oh, he's faking wobbling.
Oh, right hand.
Oh!
Nice knee. Very good knee. Head kick. Look at this.
Ortega enters on a single. Holloway using the fence to his advantage here. 10 seconds to go in the round.
Nice defense there from Holloway on these
Beautiful
takedown
defense.
attempts.
And made him work.
Strong start for the champion.
He used his weight on that. You see how as he hoisted him, he just kind of sat into it.
And it was very calm and very relaxed. There you see Holloway with a beautiful straight right. And here's a nasty elbow by Ortega. Look at this. Bonk. Very nice. Forearm more.
Yeah.
And there's Holloway pouring it on. And there's a nice counter right hand by Holloway and slides away from Ortega.
So get in there, get him against the cage, and the takedown doesn't have to be right away against the cage. It can just be lay on him, and then eventually connect those hands and we go down. It's beautiful. And remember, you don't have to take him down. We can tie that rope on the cage.
You're closer,
Okay.
man. Put your hands up, Brian, okay?
You're defending well. When you put your hands up, you're defending well, Brian.
UFC 231, Holloway versus Ortega is presented by EA Sports UFC 3, available now for up to 70% off. Play as over 200 UFC favorites, including legendary Fight Night champion characters Andre Bishop and Isaac Frost. Get it today. A lot of support for Max Holloway here in Toronto. Had a big win over Anthony Showtime Pettis in this building at UFC 206. And he's been calling it the 10th Island all week.
There's that jab.
Nice leg kick there from Holloway. You haven't seen too many kicks from him yet.
The thing that starts getting discouraging about Holloway is that he just doesn't get tired. And he can just keep doing this. He just stays on you, keeps moving forward, never fades. His cardio is one of his biggest strengths.
And that 1-2 that he just landed, followed by another one right away, is exactly what he knocked out, or at least dropped Jose Aldo with the first time they fought. He snaps it out and then follows it right up with the same exact combo right when you think you're out of trouble.
Another right hand lands for Max Holloway. If you know the history on Brian Ortega, though, you know that he has rallied to win before.
Absolutely. Oh, nice clean right hand.
He has, but it's safe to say that this is the best fighter Brian Ortega has ever fought.
You know what it is, too? It's not necessarily the speed or the strength of Max Holloway. It's his timing that's so crucial for him. See right there?
Boom, boom.
It's super fast.
Yeah.
He waits for you to make a mistake or you move out of the way and you think you're safe, and he lands that right hand.
He's also just a wizard at movement. His movement is so efficient.
Ortega with a desperation shot there. His nose is busted up.
He's getting hurt.
These bright lights show this big first title shot. It's a lot to take in, especially against a dominant guy like Max Holloway.
It's Max. It's Max. He's the best. He's the best featherweight of all time.
Oh, beautiful job from Holloway.
Oh, big right counter from Ortega.
Ortega
he's
is
bleeding
busted
bad.
up. Mouth is wide open now because he can't breathe out of his nose.
Comes back with his own combo, though.
At least to this point, Holloway not in fear of the power coming back his way on the feet.
Oh, he just missed with that right hand. Glanced off the shoulder. T-City, though, trying. He's throwing punches. He's
got heart,
in
man.
this fight.
There's no doubt. There he is.
that right hand there.
There's no doubt about it. Brian Ortega has incredible heart.
Max got to be careful. He doesn't want to overcommit with that right hand. T-City looking for that right uppercut. Nice leg kick again from Holloway.
Oh, beautiful right hand.
That right hand has been a piston all night, man.
Timing in the movement is just sensational. It's beautiful to watch. Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, nice elbow. Beautiful elbow.
Nice combo from T-City still in. It's just, man, he's got to be having a lot of trouble breathing if that's all coming from his nose right now.
Big right hand for Holloway lands again.
Pouring it on. Look at that distance control by Holloway.
Max barely breathing heavy, 9 minutes in.
Oh, man. Clean right hands.
Oh,
He got
Drops
right
that right
there.
hand.
Yeah, he did.
Ortega is still in this, folks.
I think he's getting a little confidence. He's landed a few good shots here. He's pressing forward, but Max, again, freak punch combo.
And now Max is recognizing that that counter right is there, so he's backing away before it lands.
Ortega told us I got that Mexican blood pouring through me. If I got to lean on the toughness and the heart, I can, but he is up against it here as we round down round 2.
Nice right hand there from Ortega.
Well, when it comes between toughness, Mexican or Hawaiian, I say that's a wash.
Yeah, that's a push.
Both these guys are going to take a shot.
People.
Ooh, nice stick back to Ortega.
All right, 10 minutes down. We will go into the corner of Brian Ortega as Max Holloway intimates this is my Octagon. Some work to do in that T-City corner.
Brian, you gotta go now. You gotta back all the way back and relax.
We got 3 more rounds. We got 3 more rounds.
Hey,
Breathe.
you have wordplay. It's okay.
Deep breath, champ.
Now you gotta fucking pressure. Let's go.
Shit, get your head off the line. Guy's getting exhausted. He's swinging for the fences.
Cook him. When he's done. Don't rush it. Okay? You're doing everything. Don't slug. Get off center. Don't give this guy.
Let's take a look at some of this. Just jab, jab, right hand, left hand, right hand. Max is relentless, and he gets out of the way beautifully of these punches. He's just that head kick. He slides just out of the way. Yeah, Max, he throws 3, 4, 5, 6 punch combos, switches stances as he does it, all the while pressing forward and pushing T-City backwards.
With head movement and his hands down, inviting you to try to counter and then countering your counters.
Third round of a possible 5 here.
But what we didn't see there was that T-City did have some success. He did land some of his own shots. Nowhere near as many as Max did.
But they were clean. He landed some good, clean shots. And look at him. He's still fresh. He's looking good.
And he doesn't seem to have really gotten hurt by any of Holloway's offerings, just busted up.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. That was a very good left kick to the body.
Ooh, that's right hand. T-City's, I'm telling you, he's gaining a little bit of confidence here in the third. Oh, as I say that, Holloway lands a nice right hand again. I don't know what happened there.
Max going to the body there, well.
Combination from Ortega.
Oh, that was a big right hand by Ortega. He's wobbling a little bit.
Here comes Ortega.
And there's the takedown.
He's got it.
Ortega trying to transition to the back.
Oh, Max is up.
Woo! We got a fight, ladies and gentlemen. We got a fight.
Stiff jab there from Ortega. Oh, another right hand.
Max is standing right in front of him now. He's not moving as well. And Ortega's really getting his timing down. Beautiful spinning elbow.
Ortega starting to settle in.
He really sunk that leg kick in.
And that all set up with that big left hook. Smacked Max with it, knocked him off balance right into that leg kick.
The composure of Ortega paying dividends here. 2 minutes into round 3.
There it is again.
Another hard leg
really
kick.
whips it down, too. Max still keeping his volume up, though. When he throws, he's throwing 2, 3 at a time.
And the Ortega corner doesn't want him back up.
Big uppercut.
Man, these guys are trading.
But what I'm seeing is that when Ortega's landing, it's having an effect on Holloway that we're not used to seeing.
That's fair.
Nice left hook, right hand there from Max.
And as you said, John, although Ortega's getting busted up, it doesn't seem like he's getting hurt.
Got him tied up here. We've seen him get a couple takedowns, but Max immediately pops right back up to his feet, keeps that whizzer, underhook, whatever he's got to do to get back to his feet. But now we see, Ortega with double underhooks here. And his corner, Joe, is telling him, you don't have to go for the takedown right away. Lay on him, wear on him. Watch out for that right elbow of Ortega as Max controls that inside of his arm.
I think it's safe to say this is already the most difficult defense.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the center of the octagon.
Oh, nice combo from Holloway. Now he's pressing forward.
There's another elbow by Ortega. Nice
body
left
shot.
to the body.
Yep. That's one thing Max will consistently do well throughout the fight. Just mix up to the body and to the head.
Ortega's very creative. You see how he gets weird with those elbows? Just brings stuff out of nowhere. Oh, right hand by Ortega.
Man, these guys just punching straight in front of each other with combinations and great technique as well. Head kick there from Ortega.
Holloway able to partially get that guard up.
Yeah.
45 seconds in the round.
Nice right hand.
Oh, good right hand.
Holloway starting to regain a little traction here late.
Excellent exchange. But Ortega pressing forward. Ortega seems to have much more confidence in this round. There's a takedown attempt again.
Holloway fighting for the underhook. Wow.
What a fight, man. What a fight.
It's on.
Max Holloway's a showman, man. Pointing to his son.
Oh, God, his poor son.
Yeah, look at the look on his son's face.
You got to keep your movement. You got to feint. Don't get into a slugfest.
He's done.
We got this guy. Mix it up. Don't headhunt. Go back to the body. Go back to the leg. Okay? We have way more tools. Stay right outside that clinch range. Find your range. Let's go.
I need you to save just enough energy so he dumps at that 3-minute mark, 4-minute mark. I need you to start piecing him out more there.
You're doing great. All we need is one pressure low, some knees. When he grabs your leg, we go up high. Get the double leg, tie it up behind his legs. On the way back up, you almost had him, Brian. You gotta believe, we learn from every touch. I'm proud of you, champ. You're looking great. Very good, Brian.
Seconds out!
Please tie it up. Couple more tie-ups now. We got 2 more rounds. You're doing perfect.
Well, it's already a classic, and we might have 10 minutes more as we arrive at the championship rounds. Ariane Celeste getting us there.
Yo, get out of here!
Round 4 of a possible 5.
I'm not sure what Max was telling me. It was pointing to the ground. He said he's going to end it.
Finish it now?
All right, so Holloway calling his shot.
Brian Ortega looks sensational now.
Oh!
He's so good at switching stances, Holloway.
Yep, he's comfortable. Oh, nice
straight left.
Oh! He's making Ortega miss badly in this round.
He's pouring it on. Look at him.
Holloway showboating now. Back to the well with the body shot.
Man. Joe, has he switched southpaw like this yet in this fight? He hasn't yet.
He has a little bit. Yeah, he's gone back and forth.
Oh, and there he goes. He switches back.
He's just really hard to predict.
He was doing really well from southpaw, and he's consistently going back to that in this round. Oh!
He hurt him there with that right hook.
Can you imagine if he finishes it in this round after he just said that to you, possibly?
It's what he did with Aldo. It's exactly what he did with Aldo. Oh, Ortega, though. Nasty right hook to the body.
Oh,
Ortega's still. Oh! Oh, my goodness. This is some championship level stuff.
Beautiful body work as well from Holloway.
Everything. Ortega looking for that takedown. Holloway pouring it on.
Oh! Ortega's hurt. Oh, he's hurt. He's trying to clinch.
Holloway trying to get enough separation to close the show.
The
Holloway
pressure.
digging to the body. The volume and the pressure that Holloway puts. Oh, Ortega with a right hand.
But Max Max goes nowhere. Oh. He does not stop throwing punches, Joe.
The volume is insane. His pressure and his cardio just off the charts.
And when he switches southpaw, it just switches everything for Ortega. Now Ortega's southpaw.
And he can do it southpaw. He throws a nasty straight left. I mean, he doesn't have a weak side.
Man, both guys are swinging. For every one that Ortega lands, Max is landing 3 or 4 punches at a time.
And it just makes you wilt with the pressure. Over 500 combined strikes right now.
And Holloway's landed nearly 200 at a 52% clip. Ortega retreats.
He's getting his head snapped back. He's looking for the takedown. There's a lot of energy Ortega's using here. If Holloway can defend.
Nice job by Holloway to post.
That was it. He tried to snap him down to get that guillotine, but Max all over it.
A lot of blood coming off of Brian Ortega's face.
Holloway just so efficient. Just touching him, not putting everything into every shot.
Framing off with that right elbow, looking to get some space.
Holloway chance here in Toronto. Under 2 minutes now to go round 4.
Look at this. He tried to pull guard. Oh!
And look at Ortega's face.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that eye is bad. Man, Max is relentless. Body head.
Ortega,
Look at that body work, Joe.
Just digging.
Switching angles, cuts off.
Look
You're
at this.
never there.
He's going for a guillotine. This is crazy.
And Holloway wisely will welcome Ortega back to his feet.
Face me. Fight.
Just over a minute to go in round 4.
His right eye, or excuse me, his left eye is a mess.
And an elbow for it as well. Oh, my goodness. They might not let him come out for round 5, Joe.
Insane.
Entry on a single here for Ortega. Holloway works his way to the fence.
Holloway effortless, though, with his takedown defense. It's so good.
The guillotine's there if he wants it, Joe. He don't want it.
No, he wants to beat him up.
He wants to just pound.
Vicious hook to the body there.
Look at that body work again from Holloway.
And upstairs. Look at that, full mount. He's gonna take a leg. He's gonna take a leg. Max gotta be careful there. Get out. Look at this.
30 seconds to go in the round.
Ortega is busted up.
Holloway continues to work that body to great effect. And now back up top.
Oh, man. Oh, my God, that's like a 10-punch combo from Max.
Yves Lavigne watching the action closely. 20 minutes down, a massive push round for Max Holloway.
He just looked at me and said, that close. Woo!
The doctors are going to take a look at Ortega. I think that eye might be shut.
It. I mean, he is a beaten man.
Yeah, he can't. Oh, okay, he can. It's underneath. It's not closing his eye completely yet, but he is taking a beating.
He is taking a beating, but man, this kid has heart.
These are the type of fights that have an impact on a career long term. You gotta wonder.
They're talking to the doctor right now.
Hold on, give him a second. Doc, talk to him. Hey, Max! Don't
That might be it. That's it. That's it.
Max Holloway has retained his UFC Featherweight Championship. Brian Ortega unable to answer the horn for a 5th round, and the celebration is on. Holloway still the best in the world. While Max Holloway just declaring himself the best ever, he will get no argument from the broadcast booth here tonight.
No
Told us he was going to close the show in round 4.
That's the best ever,
and that's exactly what he did.
There's never been a better featherweight champion.
And to the surprise of so many, he closed as a slight betting underdog here tonight.
That's ridiculous. I have no idea why that was the case. That didn't make any sense to me. I guess they were saying that based on him not being able to make weight for the Khabib fight and then the concussion symptoms that took him out of the July fight. But man, that's the best ever.
And in the middle of that fight, when the chin had to hold up for him, it did for Max blessed Holloway.
With all respect to Jose Aldo when he was the king, and he was a sensational king for a long time, I believe this is the best featherweight of all time.
This replay is brought to you by Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
And they were trying to keep it going. The doctor said, no way. You can't see out of that eye. And they were just concerned that he had just taken way too many punches. And his heart, the heart of Brian Ortega, you can't deny it. And that, unfortunately, sometimes gets great fighters in trouble. And that was probably the case here. He was taking a beating. Towards the end of this round, he was shooting for takedowns. He was trying to pull guard. And Max Holloway was just masterful.
And Max Holloway is looking to stamp himself as one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, and he is already in that discussion. The numbers are just absurd. Not to make too much of it, but 236 out of 436 significant strikes landed, 54%. Absolutely incredible effort out of Max Holloway here tonight. And if he chooses to stay in this UFC featherweight division, it is going to take a Herculean effort from one of these other contenders to take out Max blessed Holloway.
Yeah, I can't even think off the top of my head of who can challenge him at this point with that kind of output and that kind of volume.
The official decision is brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Get unlimited high-speed data all month long on the same network as T-Mobile. One final time tonight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 4, the doctor has called a stop to this contest. Therefore, the winner by TKO, and still the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Max blessed Holloway.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with a winner, and still.
Hey, first of all, I gotta thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And second, I just gotta say, is there anyone else? Step forward, let's go!
Max, this was probably your toughest defense and your most masterful. Brian Ortega was absolutely a worthy opponent, but you put on a show tonight, man.
Hey, I told you. What I told you in the corner, I told you if this is the round. We didn't get it in the round, we got it at the finish. Hey, he's a tough opponent, he's a tough guy. Like he said, we probably see each other all the way to heavyweight because we like to eat, so it is what it is.
There was people doubting you coming into this fight. You were the betting underdog. Did that bother you?
Not at all. My fans got rich. You're welcome, my friend. Blessed era, 10 Island, baby. What's up? UFC Hawaii, take me home, Dana. It's about time. Let's go! We can get out of this cold weather to some warm weather and drinking Mai Tais on the beach, baby.
Now, there was some speculation before this fight. One of the things that Dana White had said was that he thinks you're too big for this weight class. But you made the weight and you made it easy.
Hey, I made it weight, I made it look easy. Hey, Dana White, I tell you what, Dana White, I want to be the number one pound for pound. If it's this guy's at 55, let's do it. If it's the daddest man, my good friend, Daniel Cormier, bring it on, let's go!
Do you plan on staying at featherweight or do you plan on moving up?
Hey, a king gotta defend his throne. If he leave his throne, another king can come. Come see me. Bless Arrow, baby, let's go. The Bless Express is going home. UFC Hawaii, choo-choo.
It was an honor calling your fight, sir. Congratulations.
Hey, we gotta get me on the podcast. I'll tell Joe, let it go.
Anytime, sir. The best ever, ladies and gentlemen, the best featherweight king of all time, Max Holloway.
Well, if that doesn't get you on the Joe Rogan experience, I'm not sure what will. That post-fight interview brought to you by EA Sports UFC 3. Available now for up to 70% off. Buy today on Xbox One and receive a copy of Fight Night Champion to play through Xbox One. Backwards compatibility available for a limited time.
Woo!
Man, there is no doubt. No doubt.
There's no doubt. And look, there's no doubt, first of all, that he was healthy coming into this fight. He made the weight easy. So he can defend, and he can stay at this weight class if he so chooses. That's the best featherweight of all time, and that was a masterful performance. And Brian Ortega was as game as they come. He took some big shots. He ate a high volume of punches. He kept swinging. I'm happy they stopped that fight because he was probably going to take an even bigger beating in the next round.
Yeah, he would have done that into the 5th round. Ortega's all heart. Max was not going to stop that volume. He was not gassing out. He was not slowing down. That was not going to be any different in the 5th round of this fight. I agree with the referee and the doctor stopping that fight. Ortega was never going to quit and didn't need to take any more damage.
Yeah, it was the right move. It was a good move. This is a learning experience for Brian Ortega, who will move on to the next fight. He will be better because of this. He will understand that there's a guy out there that can do that to him. So going 14-0 is sensational, but going 14-0 and then getting stopped the way he got stopped, as bad as it feels now and as bad as it'll feel for the next couple of weeks while he heals up, that is a learning experience. He'll get the rub. He will be a better fighter because of that, especially because they stopped that fight and he didn't take the unnecessary punishment that he would have taken in the next round.
Well, Max Holloway has told me in the past, not only does he envision a future at lightweight, but also welterweight and even middleweight before his career is said and done. The bad news, though, for the rest of the featherweights right now, Max Holloway is not going anywhere.